Hi, Lou here, and I'm going to talk about Adrenalin Rush in relation to board and video games. Now, this is related to what people want to get out of a game. When I play a game, I want to master the game. I want to become really good at it. And not surprisingly, I don't play a lot of games because to master a game, if it's a good game, you're going to have to play it quite a bit. So I stick to games that I know are really good. And most new games, in my estimation, are crap. But I'm not going to go into that now. It's just that's my point of view. So when I play, I want to, as Conan said, to crush my enemies, see them driven before me, and hear the lamentations of their women. Well, not really the lamentations of the women, but you get the picture. Now, nowadays it's much more common for people to want an adrenaline rush. In other words, they want something to happen in the game that really pushes adrenaline into their bodies and excites them. Now, I have to say, if you want an adrenaline rush, playing something as sedate as a video game or a tabletop game doesn't strike me as a really good way to do it, but lots of people do because it's a safe way to do it. You know, playing a sport is not nearly as safe. I'm talking about an outdoor sport, not nearly as safe as playing a board game or a video game. And it takes a lot more effort and practice to become good at and figure out the outdoor sport. Now, because people want an adrenaline rush, some of them want chance, quite a bit of chance. They want a chance to get lucky. They want a high standard deviation in the results of resolution where there's dice involved. They want things like the super units that I talked about in a video not so long ago, where one unit can just keep beating off every enemy attack and charging to be the hero. I don't like that kind of game because it has what I call a high jip factor. Somebody can get lucky and beat another player who's a better player. Now that can happen in lots of games. It can happen in outdoor sports and so forth, but I don't want it to happen a lot. Now, the question is, what do you design for? Do you design for people who want to master a game? Do you design for people who want an adrenaline rush? Do you design for people who want to explore a game, which many people do, and just find out how it works and then they go on to the next one? It depends on your audience. This is why it's so important to identify your target audience, not to just assume, oh, well, people are going to do things the same way I do or anything like that. You've got to think about what kind of people do I want to sell this game to? Or do I want this game to be sold to? What kind of people do I want to have play this game? That's even more important. Because selling and playing are two different things. If you're not aware of this, you may end up making games that are not suitable for your target audience because you haven't identified what the target audience wants, whether they want an adrenaline rush or exploring or mastery or something else. So think about it. Thanks for listening.